Daily Broadside, day 629. The thing that ends most polygamous relationships is when you start it with, I feel like I can make polygamy work. And that said, me personally, I feel like I really could make polygamy work. Maybe asking yourself, didn't you just say that that's what ends polygamy? Yeah, but that's for other people. I'm talking about me, right? Me and 3 girls in a relationship. I mean, imagine the benefits to this, right? And I'm not even talking about like sexual. That goes without saying, you know. And I don't know enough about polygamy to know if everybody's with everybody or if it's just a one-on-one thing or if it just depends on the relationship. It doesn't matter, all right? But I'm taking the sexual realm off the table because that part's easy, right? I mean, that's no big deal. I mean, as far as you know, contemplating the good part of that. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. What I'm talking about is this. You ever get up on like a Saturday and you're like, oh, I've got so much yard work to do. I want to tear that bed out and just completely redo it and kind of redo the landscape and, you know, throw some stuff down and plant some new hydrangeas and some whatever and all that stuff. But then you look at it and you're like, oh my God, it's already 9 o'clock. It's 84 degrees. Like, this isn't going to be fun. But if you had 3 wives, y'all could knock that crap out before 10 o'clock, man. I mean, that's kind of stuff, right? Like, you could make like a 5-course meal every night. You'd be like, Julianne, you Julianne the potatoes, you know. You make the salad. I'm going to whip up a tiramisu. You beef Wellington. And like, you're just like knocking out all kinds of stupid crap because you can just like compartmentalize everything, right? I mean, practically speaking, it's like having a little mini commune, you know? That's what polygamy is. It's a mini commune, you know? And I feel like that could work. But here's the one component that I think probably screws all polygamy relationships, right? It's communication, all right? We as humans tend to suck at communication from time to time, right? You know, whether we can talk well, we don't always talk well when we need to talk well. So I think from the outset, all right, you find 3 girls, and yes, the only polygamy relationship that you could even remotely come up with would be a dude and 3 girls, okay? There's no other. It has to be a foursome, and that's just, these are the rules. I make them up as I go, all right? So you find 3 girls that are already cool. Like, I know girls that get along great, and we can have a blast together, you know, and all that. You know, now there's other layers there at play, but you got to find 3 people that, first of all, get along with you and with each other and all that. And then we got to sit down and we got to have a come to Jesus, come to Brahma, come to Muhammad, come to every God that's ever existed meeting, right? Because we got to get some crap out on the table. If something bothers you, okay, if any iota of a thing bothers you, you got to say something then, okay? Don't be waiting 2 weeks later at dinner with the other 2 wives to be like, yeah. Wasn't so funny when the curling iron went missing last week. And then you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's enough of that. This is going to drive this polygamy relationship right into the ground, you know? So it's got to be communication first. You got to communicate your needs, your wants, and more of your needs. You know what I'm saying? And then polygamy just grows. And I mean, it really, like, it makes you wonder, like, there's people out there that, you know, profess that I just don't think marriage is for me because I just don't think that people are meant to be with one person for the rest of their life. Well, how about 3? You know, that's the opposite of that. Those people that can't be married to one person, who feel that humans are not meant to, like, mate for life or whatever you want to call it, those people should be polygamous because that is the complete antithesis to everything that they're standing for right there. And while we're talking about marriage, I remember watching them when they were little girls, and now they're young ladies grown into womanhood. The 2-headed girls, the I don't think they're Siamese. I don't think they're Siamese when you just share a head. I mean, yeah, they got their own like upper organs, but I'm saying like Maybe they are. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I feel like Siamese twins is probably the offensive way of calling them that. But Abby and Montreal, whatever the other girl's name is, I don't know. But Abby and what's her name? I'm just as curious. And I've watched the documentaries. I've been, the questions that I have, it's like everybody else. But I just, that to me is beyond black hole, deep space, like the most crazy thing you can pontificate about, right? Like, to me, it's Abby in Montreal, and I can't remember their last name. I feel like her name isn't Montreal. What is it? It's something with an N and a T. Anyway, Abby, I'll call her Montreal. Monty. Abby and Monty. Abby and Monty are absolutely, if the concept floors me, right? Because I'm looking at it like, obviously, from the sexual standpoint, one of them gets married. They share everything, if I'm not mistaken, from the waist down they share. From the neck or from the waist up, they each have their own heart and lung system and all that kind of, but they share down there, right? So I would think, never having shared one of those with another person, but I would think that if there's a tingle or a tinge or a pleasurable jolt or whatever you want to call it, that, they would each look at each other and go, hee, like that kind of thing, because that was really dumb. Because that's what would happen. You'd be like, that tickled, but that felt really special. That kind of thing, right? Like, I've seen them drive. Like, one of them works the brake, one of them works the gas, one of them steering, one of them shifting and all this stuff. Like, how does the self, work? And I don't get that part. And, like, let's say one of them, there's got to be like a bag system, right? Because this married dude who is, I don't want to say the luckiest dude on earth, but I'm going to say he's the luckiest dude on earth because he's got all his questions answered, The sex may just be sex, but at least this is him going to bed at night. Because he's got all the answers to the universe, okay? God doesn't know the answers to what's going on in that bedroom. You know what I'm saying? God's up there going, I didn't see that one coming. No pun intended. You know what I mean? But that dude's just like resting easy. Like, yep, I've figured it out. I know exactly how this works. But I would think there'd be a bag system, The non-married one wears a bag, with maybe like one eye hole or something. So she's not like, maybe she's claustrophobic. But maybe like Jason in Friday the 13th, 2, where he wears the canvas sack over his head. And she's just got like a sex sack. And she wears the sex sack. And then afterwards she takes it off. But here's the thing. What if the non-married, how girls, if you've ever been with women, right? Girls react differently to different pleasures, right? Some girls are loud. Some girls are just kind of coo like a little dove. Some girls are just boys. Some girls you can't take into a hotel because you'll be asked to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just a little too over the top, And let's say that, like, Abby, I don't know which one's married, but let's say Abby got married and she's just real demure and quiet, and her physical, her love making is just done through the smile, And then Montreal's out there just busting it out, and she's a screamer. Well, if they share wouldn't like the one be under the bag just like, oh my God, I just have so many questions, and they're so profane and they're so inappropriate. But this dude needs to go on like Dr. Phil. And just they all want to know, right? Like, we're not asking you to do, certain types of adult film. That's not what we're asking. But if you do that, I'm sure that you would shoot straight to the charts of, how much money you can make. But nevertheless, that's not what we're asking. We are not asking for that. Again, we are not asking for that. We're just asking for answers. We just need some answers because I'm tired of hearing about this stupid eclipse, and I need answers on other things that are, terrestrial wonders. And that is a big terrestrial wonder. I apologize for everybody that I've just offended.